Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe. Well, just coming up to a few minutes just until the final whistle. It's currently still Liverpool 1, West Ham 0. God, we're so close. We're so close to this game. It's so frustrating. We're in the dying embers. Liverpool are really, to be fair, Liverpool are holding on. James Milner's on the attack, going down the left-hand side. We're just going to do the last couple of minutes, then we're going to start the review show. Anton and Matt will be joining us. That's off, surely. That's good off. Oh, shut up, James Milner. What a knob jockey. Anyway, hope you're all safe and well. If you're new around here, where the hell have you been, firstly? But secondly, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're coming to you live. We'll be reviewing, dissecting the game, but also giving you the opportunity to talk. Giving you the opportunity to give us your thoughts, what you thought of the game, what you thought of the formation, the substitutions, what you thought of Liverpool. If it finishes this, it'd be very frustrating. 1-0 is an awful score to lose, to be honest. But also, it's the same score that Man City lost to Liverpool on the weekend. So, Bowen, he's having a pants game. We know he can do better. We know he can. Of course we do. Tottenham just gone. Man United just got one up against Tottenham. With Fred scored. Liverpool in the attack. It's gone to Salah. Salah over the top. Oh, it's a goal kick. It's still currently 1-0. There's about a minute left of normal time. Declan Rice got man of the match by Amazon. Amazon have said he was man of the match. I totally agree. I thought he bossed the midfield, and Gareth Southgate is obviously at the game today as well. And that is at a corner to Liverpool, looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it's deflected off of Declan Rice, who has been mesmeric. And to be honest, we've had enough chances to win this game. We've had enough chances. Second half particularly, I thought we were much more intense. And Liverpool, they knew it because they came in by the end, had to bring on, the likes of Milner, had to tie the game up. West Ham have got a last antenna just outside. He's going to hoof it. He's going to hoof it wide to Ben Rama. Ben Rama's going to take it off Gomez. No. Come on, Cresswell. Oh, unlucky. Very unlucky there. Very unlucky. We've literally got about 20 seconds to go. Anton and Matt are going to be joining me to dissect the game, and you're going to have the opportunity to also give us your thoughts, your views of the game. What did you think? Who did you like? Who did you hate? All that type of stuff. And we'll put we're in the dying embers of the game now. Dying embers. Liverpool got a free kick. The rest's going to blow up any second now, and it will look like 1-0 to Liverpool. And yeah, it's finished 1-0 to Liverpool. Bloody lucky. They were bloody lucky, in my opinion. I thought Liverpool were very, very lucky. I thought we should have got something out of the game. Missed penalty from Jarrod Bowen. Last embers of the game. Thomas Souček. Certain goal if it wasn't for James Milner getting in the fucking way. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable. It's finished 1-0 to Liverpool. Our little undefeated streak has come to an end at Anfield, having not won there in the once in 49 games. I think Stato's stats were saying that. But let us know what you think. Let us know. As I said, we'll be doing. We've got the phone lines open, so you can come and talk to us. Talk to us. Let me just do that, and I can do that and do that. There we go. And feel free, you can come on and get your saying. Irons, second half, nearly, but did us proud second half. It's only so far, Matthew. Oh, Matthew, what are we going to do?
Maybe actually play the attacking players from the start of the game. That's an idea.
In it. I mean, we second half, we gave them a game. Same scoreline that Man City lost to them by at the weekend. So, it doesn't matter what we say about what it is. This is arguably the second best team in the country. And I think second half we scared the shit out of them, so much so that they had to bring on like the cavalry, didn't they? They had to tighten it up. They had to take off all their fancy damn players. James came across automatically after 2 seconds. Wow. We need to take a chances. That's it, innit? That's it. We had enough chances in that game. The penalty we had right at the end, Souček as well.
I think that was a fantastic. At first, I was livid, and you see the replay, and actually, it was a phenomenal tackle by James Milner.
Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't have been on the pitch.
No, he actually come on to shut the game up, didn't he?
To tie it all up, and he didn't.
He came on for Firmino.
Yeah. Oh, frustrating, isn't it? I'd rather losing 1-0. Is it worse losing 1-0 than losing 3-0?
Yeah, I'm more pissed off now than I was if we'd have been.
Oh, we got a call, Matt. Right, let me bring him in. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Who is it? Who we got?
Huggy.
How are you, man?
I'm good.
What did you think of the game, buddy?
Actually, it could have been that way, or it could have been the other way, but, it was all right.
It was all right. Second half a lot better than the first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course it wasn't, But, I mean, there are certain things that, we went to Anfield, so we lost 1-0. That's the way, that's not in the whole wave of things, not a terrible situation. I thought Downs did really well. I think that Ben Johnson will shudder himself awake in his dreams for the next 30 years about that performance, because it was horrifying. I think they should have brought on Soufal, because he would have had something to prove as well after all the stupid abuse from all the teenagers on social media.
Shout. Yeah, good shout. And I mean, as I said to Matt, it's the same score that bloody Man City lost to them at the beginning of the weekend.
Just pissed off because I bet on a draw and also on them to do us 3-1 or 4, and so I'm gutted that it was just a 1-0. That was annoying.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Is that 1-0? Because what could have been.
Downs didn't look out of place. I think that he should have stayed, and the Souček should have gone off. And I
totally agree, man. But I thought Downs looked all right.
Cresswell again though is looking like. I mean, he's looking creaky. That should have been a priority.
Yeah,
Emerson isn't a left back as it is, so we should have got that as well, and that was.
Yeah, it is an issue, isn't it? It is an issue.
Declan's looking good, on the positive side. He's looking as he's back into form now, and I wonder how much of that, like Jack Grealish tabloid photo shit, and obviously, having a fucking baby as well. That has really affected his form until the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
He just is coming back now.
You're totally right, man. I think also, I remember last year, wasn't it? Last year, Fornals had a baby and he was off form.
Exactly.
Lanzini had a baby, he was off form. And I think, I think it's and Gareth Southgate
lost tonight, I think, for the most part.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's.
Samatta had nothing at all to have a nibble on.
No.
So all right, we lost 1-0, but who,
Yeah.
That's just like it could be a lot worse, and so. I'm feeling very positive actually for losing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm similar, to be honest. I'm very similar. I think I'm positive in the fact that we didn't lose 3 or 4-0. I think if we lost 3 or 4-0 and it was a dire game, I think that would make a really bad.
You've got Zuma back after being out. You've got Kera in there, and we're not. He seems to be stuck between being a right back and a centre back. He's not really. I mean, he's class. Don't get me wrong. I love. At the same time, it was like they were just bunged back in today, and there's no stability there yet.
No, you're right, and we've all the stuff we've seen about Agard being back on the grass and training, and Moyes looking to get him some game time. Maybe not Monday, maybe not the Bournemouth game, but maybe the Thursday game. You might see Agard back in the side, which will be a huge boost for us. I think it'd be like a new signing.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen that quick, but
I think it will.
Well, okay, but you know more than me about that sort of shit, but. I hope you're right,
Me too. I hope you're right.
We haven't seen it yet, but he's obviously a proper player.
Yeah, we'll see him before the World Cup.
I hope so.
All right, mate. Cheers. Thanks for calling, bud.
All right, have a good night.
You too, mate.
I'm a bit drunk.
No,
right,
go for it, man. No, enjoy it. Cheers, man. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too, mate. Bye-bye. And if you want to be just like you can jump on and the numbers along there, and I can talk to you, and then Anton gets really pissed off because he can't talk to you, but it don't matter because I got there first. Let's get some comments from people. What we got here? Pretty good performance. I can see us climbing up the league. If we didn't take our chances, we won't win games. Liverpool was shocking today. There for the taking. We made like a training game the first half. A point dropped, in my opinion. Ooh, a point dropped.
Can I interject for a second?
Go for it.
I can hear myself on the. We do have someone coming in the stream for 2 minutes to give you their review. You ready?
Oh, is it the oldest
Big
YouTube
Jim.
in town?
Big Jim, come on.
It's the oldest YouTube in town.
Come on.
Baker that talks sense.
Here he is. I'll bring
Let's
him
talk some sense. We'll talk some sense. We'll get a decent one. So the subs were too late. Makeshift back four. We played the bin dip. Totally agree. I'm well proud. Yes, I think the second half was really. It's with the first half we were all like, oh. Second half we're like, oh, we're proud of you, West Ham. I'm guaranteed they will be singing that.
I'm trying to get the positives. I said I'm really annoyed, like because we didn't. You know what? I'm annoyed because we didn't start to lose that game.
Yeah.
Go on, Jim.
All right, my son. What do we reckon about this then?
Well, we want you to make some sense.
You tell us, Jim.
Oh no, try and make some sense. Right. Well, do you know what? Number one, it was a good game. There was nothing in it. Penalty. If we'd have got that bloody penalty, would not have been brilliant for us there. It would have been fantastic. Well, I don't know. I suppose I was expecting too much when Antonio and played alongside Scamacca. I thought, God, we're going to go for a goal fest now. You know, it didn't quite happen. I thought we played brilliant tonight. We should have got a point out of that game.
Yeah.
Definitely should have got a point out of that game.
Yeah.
I mean, Rice got man of the match from the commentators, which I think we all agree with that. He played a brilliant game tonight. Penalty miss, just one of them. What can you do with a penalty miss? It's just one of them things, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
Nothing much
would
you
have
can
changed. Would have changed the whole sort of scape of the game, isn't it? If we went at 1 at half time, it would have been really, really interesting to see what happened. Because obviously Liverpool were hanging on at the end. You know, they took a full. I mean, you know, we have to take some credit in that. You know, Liverpool ended up bringing on all their workhorses like Milner and stuff like that, taking off Fabinho's and stuff, and just nearly. I mean, Downs. What about Downs? What about Downs?
Downs, I thought he played brilliant tonight. Downs, fantastic player. I mean, what more could we ask of him? You know, a young guy coming in like that, playing at Anfield in front of that crowd, brilliant. And do you know what? You were talking about the defence there. I mean, look at the Liverpool defence, how they played the other night, and then you look at them, I'm thinking to myself, they're a bloody good defence. There's no question about that. They are excellent. And yet, you know, Rice was driving from the back. I thought that was the way he drives from the back and coming back, picking the ball, taking the ball off other players, moving up. Brilliant for him. And I just tried, you know, but Klopp, he's pretty clever there. Like you said there, Russ, bring on the defence. He was worried in the end there. I think he wanted that. He wanted them points tonight badly, and he was going to hold on to them by sticking more defenders on.
Yeah, totally agree, Jim. Totally agree. And you know, we've come out of that game, you know, with I think definitely the second half was our heads held high, and we can just go into, you know, we've got the weekend off, so to speak. We don't play again until Monday, so it gives the boys, you know, that extra day or so. Who knows what state we'll be in by the time we get back? You know, by the time Monday turns around. Got a big week next week. Big week. You know, we've got obviously the Premier League. We've got a game against Bournemouth, and then also we've got the sort of the group decider really with Silkeborg. If we beat them on Thursday, we've won the group and we missed the 32s. Yeah, we need a point, but if we should really, and Silkeborg need to come and win to have any chance of qualifying really. So it's a big couple of days for us next week. So
it is.
It was the worst thing would have been to get hammered, I think, today.
Oh, I know. You know, I mean, like Anthony on the commentary, like you're always saying there. Really, when you think of the way Alisson was playing there now, I mean, in a way, if he'd have made those mistakes when Antonio and Scamacca were playing together up front, he'd have been punished. I think that we just didn't have enough time to exploit him because he didn't have a brilliant game tonight, did he? I don't know what he was doing tonight for the Brazilian number one keeper. He was very poor tonight. Yeah,
very poor. Oh well, we'll see. Onwards and upwards, isn't it? Onwards and upwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What do you reckon, Matt?
I'm really annoyed. I'm really disappointed more for the fact that I don't think we deserve to lose.
No.
I think Moyes, as usual, his downfall was that he was too respectful in the first half. I think the second half he brought on Ben Rama. That gave us more of an attacking outlet.
Yeah.
And then in fairness, like you said, Flynn Downs had a phenomenal game.
Yeah, he did.
You could have taken either him or Souček off. It would have just been flip of a coin.
Yeah.
Just to, you're playing 3 home midfielders. You're not going to take your captain off.
No.
And in fairness to Moyes, people can't knock him. 15 minutes to go, he took off a holding midfielder and put him centre forward.
He did.
Went 2 up front.
We would never have thought that. I didn't think he'd do that, but he did.
No.
He went for it. And that says pretty good volumes for us when you think about it. When you think that, we were with only a short time to go, he goes and puts it on a striker, i.e. to try and win the game. Because he knew it was there to get something out of. Just didn't make him.
We just didn't get the rub of the green. There was that sort of Souček chance at the end.
No.
Where it's a phenomenal tackle from Milner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we now go for another new penalty taker?
I know.
It wasn't a bad penalty.
No.
It was in that one height that you don't want the ball to be.
No.
Yeah.
And there's Southgate sitting up there as well,
Yeah, Southgate was up
there. Southgate's got his notepad out and he was like,
I know.
Not on penalties.
Not on penalties, yeah.
Yeah.
But you think of Mark Backett, well, I suppose he doesn't technically start until January the 2nd. But, we should can he be penalty coach rather than also sporting director?
He never practiced, did he? I remember he interviewed once and that was his thing. He said, I never practiced.
Yeah.
Because I don't think maybe it was like the 15-16 season or something and he got interviewed once. Because they were like, you've got this phenomenal penalty record, you're like 3rd best in Europe or something over 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, what's your penalty secret? And he was like, I don't practice. He was like, because what's the point? It's not the same.
Mm-hmm. No.
He's like, you can practice taking a spot, but the actual scenario, the atmosphere, it's not the same.
Right, I'm signing out. I'm going back over. Sorry, guys. I'm going back over to Anthony now. So listen, guys. Have a good night tonight. But disappointing night for us when we should have got something out of that game.
Keep the faith.
But still, keep the faith.
Silky
Berg next week, and we could have a silky finish. Good morning.
Nice. Oh, good old Jim. Good old Jim with that last side off. He's a professional. Boy, our captain was taking penalties, but he kept on missing them.
Crap at them. I'm not going to lie. If you actually go back, right, and in the nicest way possible, what I would say about Noble, right, was that Noble could do all the penalties.
Yeah.
And what I mean is, he doesn't put out a Panenka, but he didn't just go one place. He scored left, right, middle, top, bottom.
Yeah, he didn't know where he was going to score. Yeah,
people can never really know where to go because, you didn't know because Noble put it everywhere. Rice puts it from our perspective, the bottom left, the keeper's bottom right.
Yeah.
He took about 6 penalties or 5 penalties, and every single one of them went in the same spot. And it's not even like a Harry Kane where it's in the side netting. His penalties were like 2 yards inside the post. So if the keeper dives the right way, he saves it.
He gets me, yeah.
Bowen, at least before now, had read keeper's body language or was putting them high. It's just unfortunate that he didn't read the body language, rather than the fact that Addison read his. Addison read his, he's going that way. Right, so. But like you said, there's lots of positives to take. There was some frustrating bits. I thought Zulu and Pira had a pretty good game together.
It was frustrating.
I thought Creswell, in fairness to him, has been very maybe underrated by West Ham fans this season. I think in fairness, Creswell's had a very, very good season so far, and another very
last
good game.
Couple of games, definitely, yeah. Last three or four games.
A couple of years back, Creswell was getting on the game by game basis against Liverpool, getting torn to shreds.
Yeah.
Didn't really get that too much tonight.
Well, and again,
Downs is a massive positive.
I thought, Downs was brilliant. I thought Downs played a really good game. And also, I think the trouble with David Moyes is he's a bit busy at the moment because, as I said, he's the Home Secretary. Look, he's the Home Secretary. So that's the trouble. He's a busy man. He's got loads of people to see.
With regards to Flynn Downs, making his Premier League first start, he played 74 minutes. He had 32 touches. He had 67% accurate passes. He had 1 shot blocked. He won 30% of his ground duels, 30% of his aerial duels. He lost possession 10 times. He made 1 clearance. It's decent start to his Premier League world. But what I liked about him was just opening up his body, getting himself involved, winning the ball, shielding the ball, shielding it like that. I love that part about him as well.
He wanted it. Do you know what I mean? He went in to get the ball. So you got to think making your debut. Some people might shy away from getting the ball. They just want to. But he wanted the ball. He was coming. And it was almost like, unfortunately, the way we were set up, he was almost stuck on the right wing for a lot of the game, which and so he had to keep coming off the wing to get the ball because it was so congested in that central bit. But I thought, he made a great account of himself. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, we know who Moyes' favoured two are in the midfield. Doesn't matter what we say.
Well, I mean, I get that, but if we talk about Souček for a minute, I mean, I thought Souček had a really good game tonight. A couple of mistakes he made. His game stats, again, it depends on what people want from the game, but if I give you his individual stats, it's 90 minutes he played. He had 60 touches. He had 76% accurate passes in the whole game. He made 3 from 5 attempts at long ball accuracy. He had 1 shot on target. He had 100% dribble attempts moving forward. He missed 1 big chance, and we all know that big chance at the end of the game there. He won 75% of his ground duels. He won 50% of his aerial duels. He lost possession 13 times. He made 6 tackles in the game, so he was heavily involved tonight. But I mean, if you compare them all to Declan Rice, it's tough act to follow, isn't it?
Chalk and cheese. I mean, he was outstanding. When you go to Anfield, you lose the game and you're still man of the match.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It just shows. It shows how tight the game was, and also it shows how well he played. And how he absolutely bossed Henderson, I thought, and we know his name's on the sheet for the plane to Qatar, but do it in front of Gareth Southgate's all good.
Tough, all good. I struggled with this one tonight. I struggled because we started off the game in the first 20 minutes. I don't know when was it. Yeah, it was 20 minutes because Nunes got the goal in the 22nd minute. And for me and Matt had a mini to do with when we were watching the game because he's like, well, why is Johnson not closing the player down? Yeah, you're right, Matt. Absolutely. Johnson does, open it up, give the player the opportunity to get the ball into the box. The frustrating part for me is a centre half that Kira should be committing through that, no matter your other centre half comes forward because you're on a player. You're on the player, so the player's broke you. He's got in front of you, and in theory, you don't want them to win that header. But he did win the header. It's a good header. He's done exactly what you're taught as a striker. Head the ball down towards goal. It takes a funny bounce. Keepers struggle with it. Again, if you had to question Fabianski ever so slightly, I think you could ever so slightly, not massively, but ever so slightly. So just a couple of, it's not a snatch and grab. It kind of was a snatch and grab goal, really, in my opinion. It's not as such, not such as the goal that they scored against Man City last week, but it was at that moment in the game, it was kind of against the run of play, not fully, but at that moment in the game, it was. And you just feel like, yeah, Matt, you're right. If Ben Johnson had just been a bit tighter, it may have forced the player not to do that cross. Kira had been more committed. If it was Dawson, he would have put his head through that ball, no problem at all.
Yeah.
He would have acquired any natural born centre half. And
but that's the trouble. That's the trouble with it all, isn't it? It's all fine margins, isn't it? It's like it's like with Bowen's free kick or with James Milner, and if he was like half a yard out, like slower, to go in that, we'd have scored. And that's the trouble. That's the story this season. Last season, the season before, those fine margins were going in our favour. So we made our own luck, and we just at the moment it just seems that it's not luck, but it just seems we're just not. It's the rub of the green. It's something I can't put my finger on it exactly, but it's all, as you said, it's like if we did that, and it's just so frustrating because we could have won that game. We could have easily won that game.
I'll tell you something. There's loads of comments coming through just now about Ben Rama. Listen, I've been I'm his biggest fan, but also equally his biggest critic, and I have to give him shitloads of credit right now because he is changing games. He's having a positive.
The only problem I'd say that it's not a problem. It's a problem for him. Is that there seems to be a distinct difference between a starting Benrahma and a sub Benrahma.
Yes, yeah.
Like starting Benrahma at times seems to struggle. whereas sub Ben Rama seems to be making a lot of impact off the bench. And like I think if he continues like it, he may end up pigeonholing himself into that like super sub role. But again, I agree. I think he had a very good game. I think he could for the Souček chance, he could have done any more than he did.
True. Well, they could have scored, didn't it? Declan Rice is that crossfield ball, massively missing everyone, and then Ben Rama's like, "What? How did this get to me?" What the fuck?
But I mean, watching it out of the sky from about 50 yards,
I know. Yeah,
exceedingly difficult technique. The fact he actually got a shot off and got it on target.
And again, you see, we don't know how recovered Zuma was from his sniffles. Another makeshift back four, really. Well, not makeshift, but another different combination of a back four with Johnson playing on the right and Kira playing on the left of the two, and Zuma playing on the right, and we've had these. We haven't had any. The rest of the team is relatively, apart from the left hand side, solid. But it's that defence, and it's never easy for someone like Fabianski to not have a regular, defence in front of him, because it is, we haven't got time in the training ground now. With so many games happening all the time in October, to sort of go through sets of play all the time like you would do if you had like one game a week. So, guaranteed Bournemouth game comes, we're gonna have a different back four again. Maybe Craig's back in, is recovered from his knock, his dead leg. Then Kira goes back to right back. Yeah, I mean, again, as we said, I think I would be surprised to see again on Thursday.
Yeah,
I reckon next Thursday, I think you'll see him, and if not, definitely you'll see him coming for the Bucharest game and the Blackburn game.
Hopefully, Cornet's back soon as well.
Cornet, we know we got Paqueta out for 2 weeks now.
Genuinely think if he'd played in that game, it would have been a different game.
I don't like to. No.
I think had he started Cornet instead of Cornell.
Yeah. Well, I think it's again.
Not Cornell is bad, but it's the pace option.
It's like we say, it's like, if we played this attacking game in the first half, if you played the attacking game in the first half, we could have been 3-0 down at half time, because it's like, because we play an attacking game, so our game changed so much that Liverpool had to react to that by bringing on three of their stalwarts, three of their defensive players, and taking off three of their attacking players. That shows that we were probably doing it. We knew what Moyes was going to do. He's going to contain them, and to be honest, we were lucky to probably get in half time at 1-0. In all honesty, because obviously Nunes hit the post as well, didn't he? And there's and there was a lot of. I mean, they had about 65% possession first half. A lot around our box. Obviously, we could have had the penalty at the end. To go, it was almost like that was Moyes' game plan. In the second half, go more attacking. You said the stat just before the end of the first half, Matt. 2 goals. We've scored the least amount of goals in the first half in the Premier League this season, and we are a second half team. I was listening to Jake's preview yesterday, and he said, people say I'm not going to switch on to after half time because we are a second half team. And yeah.
But to be fair, today though, the first 20 minutes we were in it. Our intensity was high, and at that point you could see why he was sticking with the players he was sticking with. Intensity was high. It was all doing. We were doing the right. It was going all right, and it was a bit of a sucker punch. And to be honest, it was the goal that dropped our intensity slightly. It was a bit like shit. What do we do now? Yeah,
kill the confidence, kill the momentum.
It killed everything really. To be honest, for us in that game, and it was a bit, we've got to give credit where credit's due. We all didn't want potentially that team. We felt was maybe a little bit of a negative approach, but it gave us completely the opposite to what we anticipated or thought. And you've got to give credit to Moyes for doing that. I felt sorry for Skamaka tonight. I don't know what else we could have really done. Maybe made the substitution early. I don't know. He really missed Paqueta. I really don't know. I think
it would have been interesting to see the game replay, so to speak, but with Paqueta in, because then maybe Downs wouldn't have played, then maybe they might have had a bit more joy in the midfield. I don't know. Then Paqueta's there. He likes to sniff around as well. If that's the case, would you then put Fornals in? Probably not. You'd have probably maybe put Emerson in, because then you've got sort of, because you need that sort of something on the left. Yeah, I mean, it's always the case with us. It seems the last 2 years. I mean, last year we went into the season with 4 centre-backs. By the end, we were playing Cresswell left of a back two. I remember it was against Arsenal or something like that. We played Cresswell with playing left centre-back of a back two, and it's the same this year as well. We've gone in with 4, decent centre-backs, and by injuries, and unfortunately, last game. Getting 2 knocked out, not 2 knocked out. The Wolves game, yeah, obviously Dawson and Oggy both getting injured. It's just, and then Paqueta, and it's just so frustrating.
I think, well, I don't know. I'm going to listen to Declan. Actually, I'll let you carry on talking. I'm going to listen to Declan first.
And you tell us what Declan says after that. So yeah, no, it's as I said. If you want to come and have a say, you can come on. You can come on the stream. The StreamYard link is in the chat. He says while he copies it and pastes it, or you can give us a bell, an old dog and bone. You've got the UK number there, or the US number, or the international number. It'd be +44 for the international, and drop the 0 to 116 318 3846, and come on and have your chat. So Matt, where do we? So obviously we've got Bournemouth now next Monday. Must win, innit? Must win. No two ways about it. Yes. 3 points. We need 3 points. There's no two ways about it. We need 3 points on that Monday game.
We do. I'm trying to get the table up. I think they lost again today themselves.
Yeah, they were 1-0 down. I last checked against Southampton.
I know they were in a decent, not a decent run of form, but I think they're supposed to be undefeated in 6, but I think most of them were draws.
Yeah.
Whereas that does put us down in 13, 2 points off the top half, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we could have gone into 10th or something like that today, I think, if we won.
We'd have gone 10th, yeah.
Yeah.
How many points? Start the game below Bournemouth.
Really?
2 points below them.
Okay, that's got a question. Next 3 games, Bournemouth, Man United, Palace. How many points?
4.
Yeah. I think that's it. My
head says we will probably beat Bournemouth, lose to United,
and draw at Palace,
and then get a draw at Palace.
He's just finished, so he's came off, and he's just saying that the whole team are devastated because they what we've said, the first 20 minutes, the intensity was high, we did really well, the composure was there, but we just lost it for a second. They scored, they punished us. He said obviously then we backed off, but he said the second half, he said from the second half performance alone, he says, I can't believe we've not walked away with something from this game. I cannot believe we've not walked away. He said the dressing rooms is down, but he said what I will tell you is we can see signs that we're clicking and things are getting better. So, but he's devastated from that. Oh, that's Souček. I'm just looking at Souček chance. Oh my gosh.
Milner, the tackle from Milner is phenomenal.
Oh, it's exceptional. Exceptional.
But like
I mean,
he's
a great player.
Where if he reacts half a second later, or Souček reacts half a second earlier, ends up in the back of the net.
Milner's an exceptional player. He's been
exceptional for years. I have a suspicion. I don't know. I need to see that from a different angle, but it does take a touch off Alisson as well. So I don't know if Milner touches it onto Alisson, and if
I think he touches it onto Alisson.
I think it would have gone in if Alisson hadn't saved it.
Yeah. Alisson keeps in the game. It's come on, Anton. Next three Premier League games. Bournemouth, Man United, Palace. How many points are we getting now?
Fuck. Do you know what? I'm David Moyes. I'm the team. After that performance, after some of the performances as of late, not all, but some, I can see things clicking again. I don't think we're going to be in a crisis this time next week. I think we're going to have Dawson back, Zuma's back tonight. I mean, got to give credit to that tackle that hit the bar, where he hit the bar from that's an unbelievable. If he doesn't do that, Liverpool make that 2-0. I don't remember Liverpool having clear-cut.
Well, Firmino missed a couple, didn't he? To be honest, in the second half, he didn't have his shooting boots on, didn't he?
Who?
So Firmino.
Yeah, well, I just don't think there was anything clear-cut though. Like it was nothing that was all tough, apart from the Núñez, snatch and grab shot that Fabianski put over the bar. He hit the post, but apart from that, I don't remember too much. And I know you're right. Yeah. Like, Firmino wasn't shooting boots on and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
there were always shots from. There was nothing fucking 10 yards out, 8 yards out, whatever. Anyway,
No.
the point I was trying to make was that you walk away from tonight's game. You've got to hold your head high. We took the game to Liverpool tonight in the second half, in particular. And I think we need to walk away with minimum, and I agree with Howard, what Howard said there, 7 minimum. Like that would be that would be what I think Moyes is saying 9. Of course he's saying 9, and I think we could take 9. But we need to rely heavily on the fact that we need to just get Kira back out to right back. We need Dawson or Aguerd to come into the team alongside Zuma. I'm all right with Krezi. The midfield, Souček done himself justice tonight. You know, I don't know what everyone else is saying in the chat. Like, what's your thoughts on Souček? But I've criticised him a lot this season. But tonight, I thought he had a fantastic game for West Ham. As did Flynn Downs.
Yeah. I think it was interesting to see all three of them on the pitch together.
I think, Russ, you're just making the point there, aren't you? Like, maybe the issue then is the creativity that we lack when we do that with the three of them. So I think a decision's got to be made. I'm going to listen to David Moyes though while you're talking.
Go on, listen to Moisey. No, yeah, I think, you're right. I think there's when you play the three of them, you know, we didn't have Paqueta in, so Paqueta, if he's out for 2 weeks, he'll be back for the Palace game, probably, because obviously they won't play him for the Bucharest because hopefully that'll be a dead rubber. So he's potentially he'll miss the Bournemouth game, which I think we do have enough to get back. You know, maybe Cornet could be back by then. You know, because I think
he's back a couple of weeks, wasn't he? So surely he's got to be.
Well, I think he did say he was. Yeah,
out a couple of weeks. But it's been a couple of weeks. I'm trying to think like.
Yeah, he was meant to be a couple of weeks.
So I don't know if he's back in training or.
Well, they said he was going to be back. Like Moyes said last week that he was back. He was going to be back for Southampton around the weekend, and then Southampton no. So there's obviously something going on there we don't know about. It's one of those, or he's got one of those impact injuries. Do you remember we have those where? I remember Cresswell had one. We didn't know how long he was actually out for because it was an impact injury. Maybe it's a similar thing, maybe, but he's not saying anything. What we're going to say? The players are trying. You can see that by maybe some are trying too hard, possibly. Rice had a great opportunity to shoot right at the beginning of the match. Why didn't he? He was in loads of space. No idea. I'm going to go to bed very annoyed tonight. Very annoyed. Yeah.
We should have got something from it.
And I don't even think...
We deserve to get something from it.
Yes. And I don't... Yeah, exactly. We deserve to get something.
I'd rather sit here of having, like, been spanked 3-0, and I could just be like, well, you know what? We deserve nothing. We got nothing.
Yeah, or if Liverpool had done a clinic on us, but they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't do a clinic on us, you know, and you know that team was we were saying at half time, and I think Freeman was in the chat saying, "Oh, you're very positive, Russ. I love the positivity." Well, because I thought we had something in the game. I thought, you know, if we went out and we came out of the traps the second half. Maybe if Antonio had come on, but then maybe if Skamaka had instead of shot, saw the Benny at the back, so what's at the back post.
In fairness, that was a hard one. When I saw it,
do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but he's a striker, so that's what. That's the thing. When you don't have a striker, they'll be looking for the ball for the far post. Where as a striker, you want to score goals. So naturally, he's looking forward. Yeah. Although I tell you what, I wasn't that impressed with Joe Gomez today. And people been waxing lyrically about him should be on the plane at Qatar. I don't think he should be.
No, I don't. But I don't think he's been very good for a couple of years.
But I don't think there's many other options.
I think he had that really bad injury, didn't he?
Yeah, apart from Craig Dawson.
He'll never get on the
plane.
Saying that, apparently apparently Southgate is drawing up like a 55-man squad.
Yeah, well, he can get up to a 50. Yeah, for the first squad, which is out Friday, is a 55-man squad.
Maybe Dawson can make that.
Maybe I'll get a call up.
Moyes is he's blatantly devastated from that. He said, we've run them close again. We think we have done over the last couple of years.
Yeah,
and he's a bit gutted we didn't convert it. Some of the questions are shit that the people ask, but they did ask him about the Souček chance, and he said, I just thought it was a tap-in. A simple tap-in. 5-a-side, side foot it, back of the net, bosh. But he said he can't take away the commitment from James Milner.
No, you can't. You can't. No, you can't at all. But it's like all those things. It's like, what can you say to a manager after he's lost? Yeah, we should have won. We were devastated, and it's like it's always those. Unless there's anything controversial, it's like, what about Van Dijk smashing up the penalty spot? Oh, that they don't talk about things like that.
No, you know what? The thing is, I don't think it'll get spoke about because it was actually still a good contact on the penalty.
That's gamemanship. That's gamemanship.
Had Bowen fallen over and done a Beckham or a John Terry and smashed it into the crowd, that sort of thing, then you could sit there and go like, well, no, hang on a minute, look at Van Dijk. But no, Bowen had a very good contact, very good run up, didn't fall over his feet, and he unfortunately just put it at the height that is the best one for the keeper to save it. Yeah. And it was a fantastic save because, as much as I was moaning earlier, Bowie stood up, take the penalty, no one else has been taking them, and it was on target.
Yeah, and last week the penalty he takes, he's done well with them. So, unfortunately,
you hit the target, you can't say more than that. If you miss, then you're like, why are you taking them? No, if you hit the target,
if it's predictable, it's
predictable.
The
only thing you could say that. Yeah, is that he went the same way as last week or the week before?
But that's what he does, isn't it? That's what he does. Should have got a draw tonight, but some old and we competed and we always do. What more can we say? Thanks for your commentary. No worries, Lee. Thank you very much, my friends. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. Don't forget, tomorrow lunchtime I'll be doing my ratings. I wonder who's going to get man of the match. I wonder who's going to get my man of the match.
Listen, I don't think we're going to be... I could be wrong here, but I don't know if we're staying on too much longer. But if you are watching, right, there's loads of yous on. Why not just come on and have your say? There's an opportunity for you to dial the number at the bottom there, 0116 318 3846. The line is free. Phone it. Come on, even for 2 minutes. You're not coming on visually. You're coming on just verbally. So come on and have your quick say with ourselves. We've been doing it for a while, but it gives you a chance to get your voice across. And the whole point of this and us doing this is to give you a chance. Listen, there are so many of yous there. Phone it, dial it, go for it, dial it now.
Or come and talk to us on StreamYard. Come, if you want to come and talk to us and be on the video, more than welcome to. More than welcome to, my friends. More than welcome to.
I think as a whole, I walk away from tonight head held high. Yeah. I'm not, because I'm a half glass full West Ham fan, but I don't even know if it's just about being a half glass full fan. You're going to have people that turn around and go, yeah, but if we set up like this, we could have got at them. I understand that, and I get that. But, we ran Liverpool close tonight. Really, really close. You're talking about a team that challenges every single fucking year for the Premier League, every single year in Europe, has some of the best players in the world playing at their team, and we ran them extremely close tonight. And I'll tell you how close we ran them. He made defensive substitutes to try and shore up that defence to stop West Ham getting at them. I felt sorry for Skamaka. He didn't get the service tonight. No one can turn around remotely and say he's shit. Well, listen, I know some people do say that, but not for me. He just didn't get the service tonight. He missed. We lacked the creativity that Paqueta would bring for him. But there's positives to walk away from tonight. Positives. Here we go. Fabianski, good game. I know you're going to do this tomorrow, Russ, but Zuma, good game. He's back. There you go. He's back. Kira, F8 centre-back. But if we get another centre-back back, what happens? He pushes out to right back. I thought Johnson struggled tonight, as Matt alluded to. Shut us through the match day live that we did.
Mate, I'm sorry. Look, I always love academy players, and I always want to do well, but you can just see that he's a defender. He's not an attacker.
Yeah. Exactly. So you don't expect him
to... It's frustration. That's all it is. Someone in the chat put out that he literally, when the ball goes to him at right back, one of two things happens. He either chips it down the line, which is like a 50% chance that either stays in the pitch or just goes straight out.
Yeah.
Or he passes it backwards.
Yeah, you're totally right.
It's very rare that he actually tries to push forward, bomb on, pass it into someone's feet. But that's because he's a defender by nature, not an attacker. He's not a modern day fullback.
Yeah. It's very true. It's very true. He's a defend. Yeah, he's defender for first and foremost, isn't he? Same as Sufa. Really, he's a defender first and foremost, isn't it? But then someone like Kira comes in, but he is a defender first and foremost. But he's just got that pace. He's got that confidence on the ball, and he can. I mean, a couple of times it was maybe a bit overconfident today, and he got caught out a couple of times, and produced Liverpool attacks. One of the Firmino shots he should have scored, in my opinion, was from Kira coming forward of it in midfield, from centre back into midfield. But as you said, all it takes is all that team takes is one centre back to come back in, and it completely changes the formation, and it completely changes the outlook of the team. You've got then Kira goes to the right back. That improves Bowen's game no end because he's got a good backstop behind him. You've got someone like Dawson who puts his head on everything, and then I think Dawson makes Zuma a better player as well. And then maybe then Fabianski's probably got more confidence because he's got a proper centre back in front of him. No disrespect to Zuma, but Dawson's an old school Premier League centre back. And then it's given Moyes a real headache with Downs. I think today, definitely for the Bournemouth game.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, if even Downs doesn't play on Monday, he's going to play on a Thursday. Because and vice versa. Either I imagine he'll go back to the two in midfield on Monday, and whoever out of those two doesn't play, then one of them starts on Wednesday. One starts on Thursday for the Silkball game.
I think tonight our three central midfielders done them all self justice.
Yeah,
all of them. I couldn't really say that any of them really put a foot wrong. But that's a great position for West Ham to be in. Yeah, we don't maybe want to see them play in that position week in and week out. And all three of them play there all week in and week out. But something you need is strength and depth in that position. And if one of them gets knocked out, then you can call upon the other. Listen, I'm hugely impressed with Lynn Downs, and I want him to start in a West Ham shirt, especially in the Premier League. I think it's time. I think it's the transition. But I have said for a long time, recently in particular, I actually think Downs and Souček can share this position. It was a bit like last year. I think I said about Lanzini and Benrahma or Lanzini and Fornals. I think sometimes in a team, two players can share one position, and I actually think Downs and Souček can. Me and you, Russ, did last week the starting 11, and actually I was trying to push and think that if there was a game that Downs was going to start, it would have been Southampton, and if there was a game that Souček would have started, it would have been Liverpool.
Yeah,
none of us would have predicted the two of them bloody starting alongside Rice and Liverpool. But the situation is that he's done it. And it's worked, and you've now got three central midfielders that Moyes seems to have a lot of confidence in. Gone are the days of looking back at Alex Kroll and thinking, "Why is he getting no game time?"
Very true.
Downs is going to get game time, quite a lot of it, and I think that between him and Souček, you're going to get that. And either way, even if you play one and bring the other one on to replace the other one, that's what I mean. Like, that's not a bad substitution. If West Ham are needing a goal, bring on a guy who can get you a goal, Souček, or vice versa. If you need someone to just do the engine room and allow Declan Rice to do what he does, you keep Souček on and you don't bring down. It's just there's so much there that Moyes can walk away from and look quite confident in.
And that's before you even talk about Paqueta.
Yeah.
He can sit in that thing. Good news is Tottenham are losing 2-0 to Man United as well, which is good. So every cloud. Every cloud. It's as I said, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated not because I'm frustrated for the players because I think the second half they did themselves real justice and they showed they turned up and they showed a lot of grit and as always, fine margins, and the Premier League is about fine margins. The teams that do well are the ones which have that extra 0.5%, extra toe end, extra centimetre. They just seem to just get it, and same result against as Liverpool did against Man City early in the week, and I'll take that. If we're going to lose, we've lost with our heads held high, if that's possible.
Yeah, and I tell you what, if Bowen can put that bloody ball in, we'd be walking away with a minimum of point tonight, and things we I mean, we deserved a point from that tonight, minimum.
Yeah, Yeah, and I think Naki makes a point about Naki. Hopefully you got your thing. Hopefully your thing's arrived. Your notebook. Let me know if it has. It should have had, because I know Matt's T-shirt arrived. But no, in terms of I think Skamaka had so little of the ball that almost every time he had it, he wanted to do something with it. Because he was so like, I might not get this again. So, mate, I think sometimes he did snatch it. I mean, there was, as we said in the second half, where he was on the right hand side and he went for the shot rather than necessarily having a quick look and going to the back post where I think it's Fornals or Ben Rama was literally back stick completely on his own. I think he did. Oh, good, he got it. Good. I'm glad you got it. Naki won. So, what we're talking about, so all our channel members get invited into a, well, not invited, they get automatically put into a raffle. So, every month to win prizes. And Naki won a signed West Ham notebook. I don't know if it was Stuart. I think it was Slater. It was signed by. It was either Slater or Mark Ward. But anyway. Anfield is not a lucky place, as Matt said. Once in the last 49 appearances, there we haven't beaten them.
Now.
So 50 now.
Around
50.
I say something though, like, just I know you can sit here and say, I wonder what would have happened if you'd had Paqueta and a centre back and Keir out of the right. Get that, but we ran them close, man. We're getting
we
close.
did with what we had. With what we had, we ran them close.
I said it earlier on. I've never seen Liverpool against West Ham try and shut out the game by bringing shitloads of defenders. I've never saw that. In my lifetime that I can remember, I've genuinely never saw that. I've never saw it.
Yeah, you're totally right, man. You're totally right. But they didn't get 100 goals against us, though, haven't they, Matt? They've got 99 now, haven't they?
No, that is 100.
Is that 100? Is that the 100th goal? Yeah, sorry, we had 48.
Goal.
Yeah, it's the 100th goal against us in the Premier League. There we go. Oh well. Right. Should we go to bed?
Yes.
David Gold.
Not together, obviously. Yeah, David Gold, go to bed. Go to bed, DG. Oh, might as well. Be a bit of take a bit of a time to get up to Scotland, but I'm sure Jim will be appreciative. As I said, if you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. I'll be back lunchtime tomorrow to talk about all this game again and give you my ratings, and you can come on and disagree with them because you always do. And we'll have Hammer's headlines, and then on Friday we'll have Tommy, the late show, so he'll be talking about it again. Holly's show, then we start getting ready for Bournemouth. Oh my goodness. Oh Stuart Slater. It was Stuart Slater's autograph. There we go. So next month will be a Mark Ward signed. Because if that's Stuart Slater, I know Wardy's the other one. Brilliant. All right, then, guys. As I said, if you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. Hopefully, some of you took advantage of our tie-up with Amazon and got you a free 30-day trial. Don't forget to cancel it before the 30 days. Otherwise, you'll end up paying $8.99 a month. Although Amazon have got Amazon have got the Boxing Day games, haven't they, as well?
Yeah, they've got some games tomorrow.
They've got some games tomorrow.
It lasts a month, so you got to. Yeah, you got to do any shopping on Amazon. Get that free next day.
Get your Christmas Get your Christmas shopping done.
There's not some bad TV shows to watch.
And there's actually quite a few good TV shows to watch on Prime.
Yeah.
Can you tell that they're now our partners? Can you tell? Yeah.
Can you tell they're a channel?
To be fair, I'm actually being genuine. I'm like, there
are genuine.
All or Nothing. Watch the All or Nothing series. That's very good. And the top and not Top Gear. What's it called? The Grand Tour. That's all on there. It's a new one as well.
Farm one. They also got old American TV shows as well.
Yeah, the Farm one. Jeremy Clarkson's Farm one's good.
None of that. Just go straight on to All or Nothing from football to the American football.
The American one's is nutty. That's nutty. Right, guys. All right, so take care. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Stay lucky. Stay cheeky. Stay positive. Keep the faith. And as always, like to thank all our channel members. Much love. Bye. Love you all. Matt's going for a week.
Bye.
You'll see the difference now. If It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate,